Alrighty guys, your top 5 moments from the Raw 29th of July.
Final Raw before they go to WWE. Get the F out.
And it might also be the final Raw before they go to Insurrection. Or is it
I think it
Rebellion?
is, yes. It is. It's Insurrection. Rebellion is exclusively SmackDown, which will be in October. Headlined by Brock and Heyman against Edge.
Anyway, this Raw, I think, arguably the worst.
Yes, it was.
Not the worst Raw, I think the worst show since the brand split. Raw, SmackDown combined, I think this was the worst one.
Well,
since
we
the
have
brand
reviewed
split.
before the brand split on the channel, but I'd say it's probably been the worst Raw since I can remember us watching it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying since 98, but since my mind can go back. Like, I'd say there wasn't one worse than 2001 or the rest of this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to think of a Raw worse than this, but I'd say it's easily been the worst Raw since the brand split happened. I mean, I thought the first Raw after the brand split wasn't great, but yeah, this one I think was...
You can kind of forgive that one because, you know, it's going to be hard adjusting to you.
But this one was... I mean, I do feel like since the brand split, the shows have been kind of hit and miss.
Yep.
I feel like one week you're getting a really good show, and then it's like the next week you're not. You know, it's a bit weird. Anyway, let's move on to the top 5 moments. There wasn't that many great ones to choose from, if we're being honest. Not a lot stood out. But we'll go through what did stand out. Coming in at number 5, we had Stevie Richards winning the Hardcore Championship after defeating Bubba Ray Dudley, who was in the match with Jazz.
Which went surprisingly about 7 minutes.
I didn't like the match. It was like a comedy match to me. This whole Bubba, his new dancing thing, I mean, I see what they're going for, like, but...
It's funny, but...
You know, I don't...
He shouldn't be going 7 minutes with Jazz.
No, even in a comedy thing, I mean, before this, you Jazz doing some push-ups on her knees, and Molly Holly makes it as if it's the most hardcore thing she's ever seen. Well, maybe Molly Holly hasn't seen much, so maybe it is the most hardcore thing she's ever seen, but honestly, I'm a fat fuck, and I can do about 200 push-ups if I use my knees, so that doesn't impress me much for Jazz. But anyway, Stevie Richards wins, and then it looks like him and Jazz were in cahoots. They were working together. Then they make an escape. They run to the back and they jump in a car and they speed away and they do a getaway. It was cool. I thought it was cool to see a car, you know, chase kind of thing. So it's not often you see that. So
yeah, it was good seeing Stevie Richards, a guy who's actually good. You know.
Yeah, a guy that we like, a guy that's pretty much done nothing since Right to Censor. But hey, he's a new hardcore champion.
He managed Chronic.
And well, I said about that the better. That's actually a reason not to put him in the top 5. But anyway, moving into number 4, we have another Shawn Stasiak promo. The worst promo I think we've seen for Shawn Stasiak. But because the Raw wasn't that good, I think it was still worthy to be in the top 5 list. They spoke about his match with Lesnar. And yeah, he challenged Lesnar. Why he's doing that, we do not know. Speaking of number 3, though, it's Shawn Stasiak versus Lesnar. This was a good, quick 3-minute match, even though it was a bit botchy. And
you know what I like about Brock? See, when there's even he makes it just look real.
Yeah,
and this is like what, his 4th, 5th match.
Yeah, it just looks like a real fight. Stasiak actually came in and got the first move, and I was like, what the fuck? The only problem for Stasiak is the first move was his last move, and then Lesnar kind of just buried him, hit a series of suplexes. We had a similar finish, you know, to the Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy matches where the referee called it off. Brock Lesnar is yet to earn a pinfall victory over anybody, which I think's weird. Who knows when he'll get his first pinfall victory? He just seems to batter them, and then...
I remember when he beats Hogan, it's in a bear hug, so I don't know if he's got any before that, in terms of pinfalls. Who knows, though? I know he beats The Rock with an F5, so keep it for that. SummerSlam 2002, big man.
Keep it for that. Anyway, moving on to number 2, with a backstage segment between Goldust and Booker T. So the last couple of weeks they've been hinting, they've been teaming these two up. Booker T doesn't want any part of Goldust. Goldust, I guess, wants a part of Booker T. Goldust gives Booker T his wig to wear. Booker T tries it on. He looks like a fucking unicorn, golden horse or something, a golden pony.
I don't know.
He just looks like a pony or something.
It doesn't even look like Booker T.
No, I don't know what he looks like.
It shows you what that wig did to
Booker Dust. Booker Gold. And then he puts the wig on, he looks in the mirror, and he's fucking freaked out by what he sees. Now, honestly, I don't blame him, because he's like, tell me I didn't just see that. Well, he did, Booker, so take that fucking stupid wig off your head. But moving in to number 1, there could only be one option for this number one spot on this Raw. As bad as this Raw... Well, this Raw wasn't horrible. It was weak. It was the poorest Raw we've seen since the brand split, but arguably the greatest segment we've seen.
Yes, William Regal,
since the brand split as well. So, William Regal sitting backstage.
watching a cartoon of Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Which was actually good in itself.
Yeah, good in itself, and he's sitting there drinking his tea, and he's got all his Hulkamania merch, and he's...
Yeah, yes, and he's like, bloody barbarians. You mock out about this man. He's done. He's a has-been. And he's like, he dresses up in 50p tinsel. Fucking William Regal.
Calls him a fucking tart.
I know.
Calls Hogan a tart.
Dresses up like a 50p tart.
William Regal, the man. Then he just...
He's living in the bloody 80s, man.
He destroys all the Hulk Hogan merch, and he promises to destroy Hulk Hogan
sunshine. I'm
tonight.
going to take that undisputed title, and I'm going to challenge the Undertaker. He's a fucking man. Should have been world champ.
I wish he did take the Universal title, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And that is it, guys. That's your top five. That's your top five moments for this week's Raw. Probably the shortest video we've ever done for the top five moments, coming at just over 6 minutes. But
tell you
what,
Willie Regal and Sean Stasiak, the MVPs are Raw recently.
Yeah, I mean,
Brock's been good.
The last couple of weeks it's been those two carrying the show, and I mean, as much as I like Taker and Austin, they always seem to be involved with Flair.
Yeah,
and he's the worst thing going at the moment on Raw. So you've got your two best guys on Raw, but they're constantly involved with the worst thing on Raw, and it's just dragging them down big time. Anyway, guys, that's the top five ratings. Let us know what you think down below. Would you have changed it, or do you agree with this list? But until then, until next time,
peace.